Morristown-Beard School, Burkefield, as we celebrate the class of 2021 boys lacrosse. We would like to just recognize real quick the seniors from Pequannock and wish you luck in your future endeavors. At this time, we direct you to the right scoreboard side of our field as we honor our seniors. First up, number 17, Matt Aiello. Matt has played 4 years of lacrosse at MBS. He also played lacrosse in middle school and played Chatham lacrosse. Matt was on the Morristown-Beard swim team this year as well. Matt has been a Morristown-Beard school peer leader and a school ambassador. He is a 4-year member of the Future Physicians Club and a captain for the MBS Blood Drive. He has also volunteered at St. Barnabas Hospital. Matt is a beach lifeguard in Spring Lake. He will be attending Wake Forest this fall and hopes to continue playing club lacrosse there. He is the son of Catherine and Michael Aiello. Number 17, Matt Aiello. Number 5, Paul Barugi. Paul has played lacrosse for 4 years at Morristown-Beard School. Paul is a defensive midi and specializes in face-offs for our lacrosse team. He has also played 4 years of soccer at MBS. He is the president of the Future Physicians Club, a peer leader, a Morristown-Beard student ambassador, and a member of the Community Service Club. Paul will be attending Fairfield University next year. He is hoping to play club lacrosse at Fairfield. Paul is the son of Dean and Talar Barugi. Congratulations, number 5, Paul Barugi. Number 16, Cam Fernandez. Although an injury has kept Cam off the lacrosse field his freshman year, he played varsity lacrosse for the past 3 seasons. Cam plays attack and is proud to be a lacrosse captain this season and hopes to lead the team to another state championship. Cam has played summer ball for the past 8 years with Steps Lacrosse. Cam will be continuing on his lacrosse journey at Endicott College next fall. Cam has also played varsity hockey the past 4 years and was captain this past season. He was thrilled that the team won back-to-back Menin Cup champions. He is the son of Allison Fernandez and Brian Fernandez. Congratulations, number 16, Cam Fernandez. Number 44, Seth Kaplan. Seth plays left attack and has played for 2 years. Seth also loves hockey, has been starting varsity Morristown-Beard hockey for 4 years. He played left wing. He was the assistant captain junior year and captain senior year. Seth serves as a peer group leader and a member of the chess club. Seth has also helped at the Twin Oaks Ice Hockey Camp and has helped raise money for kids' ice cancer. Seth will be moving on to Wake Forest in the fall and plans to play club hockey. Seth is the son of Kim and Matt Kaplan. Number 44, Seth Kaplan. Number 4, Peter Carney. Peter has played on the MBS lacrosse team for the last 4 years. Peter is a midfielder and a face-off guy where he helped secure the state title in 2019 for MBS. He has played Madison Junior Lacrosse and various other clubs. Peter also played football at Morristown-Beard this year and was a 4-year varsity ski team member, racing number 2 or number 4, where he was 12th and 15th in 2 fields. Peter will be attending the College of Charleston in the fall and plans on playing a variety of intramural sports. Peter is the son of Jim and Marcy Carney. Congratulations, number 4, Peter Carney. Number 12, Michael Stolberger. Michael plays midfield and has played boys lacrosse at MBS for 4 years. Michael also played lacrosse for BBL, Milburn Lacrosse, and Milburn Breakaway. Michael also plays soccer for MBS. He is part of the Business, Finance, and Investment Club. Michael will be attending Lehigh University next year, where he plans to play club lacrosse. Michael is son of Lisa and Adam Stolberger. Congratulations, number 12, Michael Stolberger. And number 15, Greg Sutton. Greg is a 3-year varsity player for Morristown-Beard and is the team goalie. Greg has also played for Chatham Lacrosse and BBL. Greg was a captain of the undefeated Morristown-Beard football team this year and is a member of the Morristown-Beard Conservative Club. He will be attending the University of Richmond next year and hopes to play club lacrosse. Greg is the son of Greg and Laura Sutton. Congratulations, number 15, Greg Sutton. At this time, we would like to congratulate the class of 2021 boys lacrosse seniors. Thank you and have a great game. That was nice of the other team to stand there.
Oh, yeah. Today on the Play-by-Play Sports Network from Morristown-Beard High School in Morristown, New Jersey, it's boys lacrosse as the Crimson of Morristown-Beard at 2-0 host the 3-0 Pequannock Golden Panthers. Good afternoon and welcome everybody. Part of Spirit Week coverage this week from Morristown-Beard. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk. Senior day for 7 seniors for the Crimson as they win the opening face-off in their white-on-white. Pequannock, who defeated Morristown-Beard last season by a final score of 8-4, or 2 years ago, 8-4, take the field here on the road. And the Panthers 3-0. They've won some lower scoring games. They have a terrific goalie and the 6'1", 230-pound senior Brian Hagens behind, who is in his 3rd year starting as the Crimson turn it over here, stepping in the crease. So the Golden Panthers will look to start the clearing process. Hagens, 353 saves, 2nd all-time in career saves. Only assistant coach Curtis Thompson on Coach Stephen Donnelly's staff in his 3rd year has more. As the Golden Panthers will look for the clear, and their attack will get going to work for the first time. Very young, all first-year starters on the attack. Sophomore Brendan Brady with juniors Nick Klein and Tim Greff. Klein, a big specimen, who was a lefty on the wing. Dante Sheff, Dan Murphy. The 2 mainstay midfielders and freshman Stephen Fenner will get the first run as Pequannock will use up to 8 midfielders that will cycle through in parts of 3 different lines. Man-to-man for Morristown-Beard, senior goalie Greg Sutton in his 1st year as the starter. 53 saves. He's also got an assist 2 games ago. Sutton went for a career-high 19 saves last Saturday at Scotch Plains Fanwood. Beautiful conditions today. Temperatures in the low 70s as this one gets going on this afternoon. Sutton making the save on the outside. Forced shot from Dan Murphy. And Sutton will start the process. So Murphy, a sophomore, and Ali Dodger on the right hand. 4 goals and an assist as Morristown-Beard able to push in transition. Down low the feed, and it's turned over. And Pequannock will have it again. We'll give you the Morristown-Beard starters here. For the Crimson on the attack, Seth Kaplan, Matt Aiello, Cam Fernandez, 3 seniors. Fernandez playing again into his story today. James Marinaro, Peter Carney, Will Baum in the first midfield, and on the close D, Dante Marinello with Pearson Baum and Charlie Guida, the long pole, the outstanding sophomore Will McDonald playing in front of Greg Sutton. 2 pairs of twins in the starting lineup for Morristown-Beard. I'll give you the Pequannock starters in a moment as that shot is off. How about for the Golden Panthers, averaging 8 goals a game? Brady, Greff, and Klein. That midfield I told you about with Sheff, Dan Murphy, and Teresi, who was also going to play. Then the close D, Alex Shabanian, their veteran 2-year starter Dylan DeNaples, and Luke Shore in front of Brian Hagens for Pequannock. Fernandez will go up top, James Marinello. And now we'll have offside called against Morristown-Beard. So tough start for both teams with a series of mistakes. As the Crimson turn it over for the 3rd time, 3 different kinds of turnovers as 9th-year coach Sal Tremonda speaks to the official over to our right, and now the officials are going to gather together to see if they count it up. The 6 players. And indeed, they agree it is offside against Morristown-Beard. So nearly 3 minutes gone, and Pequannock typically running a pairs offense. They've had some really big dodgers and physical dodgers. And this Morristown-Beard set of 4 poles, that's the strength of this team, feels Sal Tremonda. Not only are they athletic and rangy, but they can also push transition. And that appears to be perhaps the greatest matchup of all of them today. Brendan Brady behind, 2nd leading scorer for Pequannock, a sophomore with 7 points through 3 games. He's going to play at X. Teresi making the first run. Jared Minefri, who's a senior in the 2nd midfield, and it's turned over on his feed to the wing. And Pequannock, a couple of 4 shots. They try to go to Tim Greff, and now come the Crimson. Big key for Stephen Donnelly coaching Pequannock His third season, former head coach at Roxbury and at Iona Prep in the Bronx, as here's Cam Fernandez, is to have great transition defense today. The Crimson Poles all have pushed for offense this year, particularly Dante Marinello, who's got 2 goals and 3 assists. Charlie Guida also with a goal. So those are kinds of numbers through 4 games. To have 3 and 3 from your Poles, and that's something. There may not be a team in the state that can say that in Jersey so far. On the sweep right, Morristown-Beard strikes James Marinello. 1-0 Crimson. So Marinello able to get himself free for his 5th. And one of the returners for this Morristown-Beard team, he played a significant role on the 2019 non-public B championship squad. And a simple face dodge, no slide came from the top to force him to take a deeper angle. And Marinello able to bury it. Paul Barugi, the face-off man for Morristown-Beard. Zach Badowski, a sophomore for Pequannock. Badowski coming off of a 10 of 13 face-off afternoon against Fairlawn. And this will be a 50-50 battle, and the Golden Panthers will come up with it. Finn Power, a sophomore Pole that comes up with it. And he loves to push transition as he does here. Power, and then has it trail check from behind. Sutton coming out along with Brendan Brady. And Sutton aggressively will scoop, and he's going to retreat through and drop it off. So a confident push from Greg Sutton. And the Crimson, after forcing the turnover with Barugi. And here's Matt Aiello. Morristown-Beard getting back their returning score, or their highest returning score from 2019 back today. Cam Fernandez is in the starting lineup, 16 in white. Then suffered a knee injury in a scrimmage against Glen Ridge. But he's going to give it a go today on senior day, as that shot from Seth Kaplan, as he was being wrapped up. Save made, easy stop for Brian Higgins. And Sal Tremonda thrilled to see Fernandez, who's making a season debut today. Such a shifty player. He went for 45 points as the team's second leading scorer in 2019. Pequannock with junior Luke Shore looking for the clear, and he'll find an outlet. And he's got Stephen Fenner. Sophomore Dan Murphy. Then a shot from the wing coming from Greff. And he does have backup with Brady behind. Greff with a goal and a couple of assists. And he is a lefty on this right wing for the Pequannock offense. Now Nick Klein looking to bull dodge, 6'2", 200. And he can be a matchup problem this year. Klein just a junior. Dante Sheff. Sheff looking to roll back on James Marinello, and the shot from the outside easily seen and saved by Sutton. And now to try to push transition, his outlet pass for Will Baum. As we near 5 minutes to go in this opening quarter, James Marinello on a righty sweep has got the lone goal after the two teams had to get some turnovers out of their system. Settled offense for the Crimson. And this is an offense that saw Seth Kaplan go for 8 goals, 2 assists against Pennington. And Sal Tremonda just wants to see feeds from their midfield to dodge up top, and particularly Fernandez, who draws so many slides, but he turns it over there. Pequannock a chance to push with Dante Sheff in a 4-on-3. Then the feed, and it's read beautifully, and Morristown-Beard with Dante Marinello. And Marinello with a chance to push. Down low to the crease it comes. Fernandez, or rather Aiello. Dante Marinello on the dish, and that has been Morristown-Baird's MO this season. They're terrific poles. Not only does Dante prevent offense, but then he creates on the other end with the assist. And look at the fine anticipation, and then the lead to Aiello, who comes in on the sneak on the doorstep. So Matt Aiello second. And on the push from Dante Sheff, who's a sophomore, and as Stephen Donnelly has talked about with his Pequannock team, and same for Sal Tremonda, there is a lot of first-year varsity players like Murphy that are adjusting to the speed of the varsity game, and that time Sheff just telegraphed the pass too much. And at this level, with college potential players like Dante Marinello, they're going to read that, and the no-look, the subtlety that eventually Dan Murphy will see on film in the future will make that into a 4-on-3 scoring opportunity rather than a turnover. So Pequannock after the ride, James Iorio to pick up. And the Golden Panthers with possession. Feed carries through. And a battle for the ground ball again, Dante Marinello. So for Marinello, it's already his 4th assist of the season. That leads the team. He pushes to Kaplan. Kaplan fires and scores. Kaplan able to get his hands free. Dante Marinello. It's been his personal inferno in this opening quarter. 3-0 Crimson. And again, following a turnover, Marinello, and just kind of the calm look away, didn't force it, and Kaplan, with his strength, that's his 15th of the season. A big lefty that has come all the way back from an injury, missing 2019, and then, of course, the pandemic. And Seth Kaplan has been waiting for a season like this. Barugi pushes the faceoff to the wing. Swung over by Badowski. Pequannock and the pickup with Finn Power. So the Golden Panthers have held in there, but their unforced turnovers, and here's another one, have changed this game at 3-0. Another chance at a push. Cam Fernandez dropping it off. Room. Matt Aiello. Stop made down low, perhaps by the foot of Brian Higgins. And remember that save for Pequannock to try to get back into this game. And the Golden Panthers will settle in offensively. They have yet to have a true possession for Stephen Donnelly where everybody's gotten a touch and they've worked the ball. And his greatest area of improvement for Coach Donnelly has been to get rid of their unforced turnovers and trying to adjust to the speed of play. And we've already seen that here come back to bite them. Dante Marinello all over the sophomore Brendan Brady. And the ball on the ground will stay with Pequannock. And it is an offense that wants to spread the ball around and share it. And particularly against this Morristown-Beard defense in their poles. And that's another unforced turnover. You better move it quickly because of the range and the athleticism that they possess. So with 2.5 to go, first quarter, Morristown-Beard 3-0 lead. Dante Marinello with consecutive assists after his twin brother James scored the first goal. Now the Crimson problem clearing. James Marinello popped it up. And the pickup here for Dante Marinello. And we're going to get a timeout here for Sal Tremonda of Morristown-Beard to preserve this possession with 2:10 left and to try to clean up the possession and the stick handling here. So for Sal Tremonda in year number 9, just to lead up into this point, it was very restricted. Fall sports stayed in the fall, the winter stayed there. Typically in most falls, he can run some fall practices on Sundays in wall ball, but that wasn't available as programs tried to separate and keep everybody as isolated as possible. And the other nuance this year I thought is interesting for Coach Tremonda as we see his bio is that this year, varsity and JV have had to be separated a lot more than in recent years or any typical year, especially in a smaller non-public B school where you don't have huge public school numbers at the Group 3, Group 4 levels. Sophomores and freshmen can practice against varsity players and you can get a lot done and see who's emerging. But you just never know with contact tracing if a JV player or vice versa, a varsity player, could come up with contact tracing, and then you find yourself having 2 programs shut down and 2 teams unable to keep going. So that's a way to at least hedge your bets for development. And South Tremonda capturing the non-public B Coach of the Year honor after the 10-14 season that culminated with a great run through the non-public B state tournament. The Crimson, a 6 seed, defeating 5th seed Rutgers Prep 8-7. And Morristown-Beard, after the very difficult schedule, the 10-14 can be misleading with the losses in there, such as to Del Barton in the Morris County Tournament semifinals. Deep run for the Crimson there, winning a couple games and then losing to Summit in the Tournament of Champions quarterfinal game. Meanwhile, for Pequannock here, Stephen Donnelly in a yellow polo, I'm sure, talking about the unforced turnovers. His team is 3-0 and taking care of Fairlawn and also DePaul Catholic, a very physical, aggressive team with a lot of football players. And they're coming off of their most complete game against Fairlawn. What they were able to get a scrimmage in against the school he teaches at, Roxbury. So Morristown-Beard out of the timeout with the 3-0 lead. Welcome to Spirit Week here at Morristown-Beard. Senior week across all the programs. Baseball, softball, girls lacrosse still to come the remainder of the week. And you can watch our live streams right here via the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Kaplan forced back. Dylan DeNaples. And then trying to swing the pass up top for James Marinello. It's an overpass. And the pickup in a tight spot for Morristown-Beard, Will Baum. And Baum tried to shovel it along, and we will get, was it an inadvertent whistle? I'm not sure what the call is, and that's what the coaches are wondering about as well. And Stephen Donnelly bringing up a good point. That's an inadvertent whistle, which I agree with, and that should go to the alternating possession. And I bet you that Pequannock has the alternating possession that's in the book. And there's a reason why it's in the book that way. In situations like this where it's at random, just like a jump ball. Stephen Donnelly frustrated here, but he's thrilled with the way his team so far has been able to evolve. They are so young, 4 freshmen getting significant time. Top 2 midfielders are sophomores. And indeed, our officials do get it correct with the alternating possession, and it's Pequannock ball. It's easier to count up just the seniors, like Jared Manafri, who's a senior in the midfield, Hagen's in goal, Chobanian at close D, and everybody else in there, basically first year in the varsity or an underclassman for Pequannock. Here's Dan Murphy with Pearson Baum defending him. And where will Pequannock find a matchup? And this is a shot and not much on it. Backup stays with Pequannock. .57 seconds left, first quarter. Brady. Marinello, Dante Marinello jars it free, and Marinello forces it forward. Tim Greff on the pickup. Pequannock has yet to be able to attack either of the short stick D middies. Right now it's Will Baum and James Marinello in there for the Crimson. Crimson still missing arguably their top D midi, and they hope they can get back Connor Atkins at some point. South Tremonda mentioning how much they miss him and what a difference maker he is to truly complete this defensive unit. Ball jarred free on the ground again by James Marinello. And a mouthpiece fell out. So with 11 seconds left, short time for Pequannock and freshman midi Stephen Fenner. He's got the best shot arguably on the team already. 8 seconds left. Dan Murphy, time to go. Murphy works on Baum with 3 seconds. Swings it over. Here comes Nick Klein, and Klein cannot get the shot off. It does not count. Well, Morristown-Beard's defense set the tone. In particular, Dante Marinello. A series of potential takeaway checks and 2 assists to spark transition. It's 3-0 Crimson at the end of 1. You're watching New Jersey High School Boys Lacrosse today on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Three 0 Morristown-Beard with the lead over Pequannock. New Jersey High School Boys Lacrosse today from Morristown. What an opening quarter for junior close D-man Dante Marinello. Second-year starter. He's already contributed 2 assists, and he's put the ball on the ground in his matchup a number of times. He comes off of a goal and 3 assist game at Pennington. He'll even play man up with the pole at some point, but on ball, Dante Marinello has caused havoc for Pequannock, and for Stephen Donnelly and his coaching staff, they will need to figure out with assistant Brian Wetzel to move the ball and find someone else to attack in the half field. In addition to cutting out the unforced turnovers as we have procedure called against Zach Badowski. So possession, Paul Barugi. Meanwhile, defensively for Pequannock, and they pride themselves on a tough man-to-man. They'll mix it up a little bit, but they've only given up 1 goal in the half field. Goals by Aiello and Kaplan came in transition. So in the half field, they've been good enough here on the road. Cam Fernandez behind. To the front, quick stick finish. Seth Kaplan. Didn't take much, and Kaplan just able to redirect it even quicker than a typical quick stick. That was a deflection and shows you the hands of the ice hockey finisher, Seth Kaplan, with his 2nd of the game. Cam Fernandez on the assist, and this is worth a second look. And not even a true cradle from Kaplan. Kaplan back as a freshman, went for 12 goals, 6 assists, and playing some limited time on a veteran team. And those soft hockey hands showing themselves here in the spring. Barugi, face-off win from Badowski. And Morristown-Beard will go back to the first midfield of James Marinello, Peter Carney, and Will Baum. And a Pequannock defense that wants to give their big goalie Brian Higgins 29 saves so far through 3 games. Just a chance to see it. And he has the ability, of course, to fill up the goal, but to get hot. He has had some big save games over the course of his career. Sweeping across, Kaplan coming out to challenge, save made, Hagens. So he came out to the top of his crease and made it difficult. And now to try to pick up the clear, Pequannock, and unable to do so, Luke Shore. So the Crimson with the heavy ride, able to force the turnover. Chobanian could not pick it up. Chobanian 4 and Navy still trying to rake it along. Finally dug out by the Crimson. Room and time, James Marinello, Hagens the save low. Backup belongs to Cam Fernandez. Brian Hagens, and Stephen Donnelly has seen him be the 3-year starter since he was a freshman, that if he gets a couple of saves early, he gets hot and can shut the door on a team. And he'll need that here, trailing 4-0. Cam Fernandez rolls back, in front, scoring. Well, a sign of the improving health of Cam Fernandez, and that must feel great on Senior Day as he's able to get topside goal line extended and finish from low to high. And that plant on his left knee, the most positive development for Cam. The unassisted tally,
That's something. There may not
5-0.
be a team in the state that can say.
And the greatest evidence of his shiftiness. Face off the wing. The pickup, Will McDonald. And McDonald dispossessed momentarily. Good ride by Dennis Jarensky, short stick D-mini for Pequannock. But again, it's the Crimson with possession and the 5-0 lead. And they've scored a couple of 6-on-6 goals to open up the second quarter. Carney works on a long pole power. Fernandez will knock the pass down and recover. Fernandez rolls back, then shoots. Hagens got a good look at it. And Brian Hagens to start the outlet process. Hagens 2 years ago, 167 saves. Some big performances, particularly against the top programs. This is a clearing pass thrown away. And Morristown-Beard with Will McDonald. And McDonald able to walk the dog along the sideline, has the pickup. Well, the Crimson Poles have won their matchup so far, 5-0 Morristown-Beard. And the Crimson on offense have started to settle in 6-on-6. The skip over the top for Baum. Now James Marinello. Oriorio. The D-mini is forced wide. Marinello, late slide comes. Then shooting, tough angle. Perhaps off of Hagens. Then the follow-up by Baum. Will Baum on the cleanup. 6-0 Morristown-Beard. So the slide never came. Hagens perhaps a bit out of position. But Hagens on that rebound hung out to dry. And Baum able to get it from a midfield spot. Will Baum's 4th of the season. Had a very busy year, varsity football, basketball, and lacrosse. 6-0 Morristown-Beard. Timeout, Pequannock. So the Golden Panthers, to talk about it, will step away on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. 6-0 Morristown-Beard. Pequannock using a timeout. Ralph Bednarchik on hand on this beautiful day. The best day so far of 2021 in terms of weather, with temperatures in the mid-80s throughout the afternoon and dipping down to the low 70s here. Seth Kaplan has tallied twice. To lead the way, Dante Marinello with a pair of assists. James Marinello started the scoring, but the Crimson defense has been even the greater story. Pequannock has not been able to get comfortable. And in addition to their youth and inexperience, the high pressure that the Crimson Poles play with has forced even perhaps more unforced turnovers that Pequannock had been doing so far this season. Barugi came up first off the faceoff, and it's going to be picked up by Morristown-Beard. So another faceoff win. And back to the first midfield. Well, Pequannock has given up a couple of broken goals, a bit unsettled situations the last couple of possessions, but they need to find a way to stop and then make Morristown-Beard a bit uncomfortable. That's Dan Smith back behind defending against Cam Fernandez. As he tried to skip it, Fernandez is going to be called in the crease. So good job by second-year junior Dan Smith leaning and holding his ground against Fernandez. So now Pequannock needs a clear. They threw away the last one. And Dennis Jarensky, varsity football running back in the fall for Pequannock. And he's able to do so through some traffic. And Dan Murphy and the Golden Panthers offense. Murphy against McDonald. Now looking to roll back, then shooting low. Backup belongs. They have not been able to get Nick Klein on the opportunity to bull dodge through. And can the Panthers get everybody a touch here? Now midway through this second quarter, trailing 6-0. Greff, some room and time. There's a shot from the outside coming from Stephen Fenner as it skipped out. Then another shot from the outside wide of Sutton from Murphy. Bomb the short stick. And so far, Pequannock has not looked to dodge against the shorties yet. It's a Morristown-Beard defense that has been primarily man-to-man this year, and an aggressive one at that, with the way that those Poles can recover. And chop check on attackman. Sheff, path to goal. And Dante Sheff tied up. Greff raking for it. It'll be Sutton at the edge of his crease. And the foul called against Pequannock. So the loose ball push against the Golden Panthers results in a turnover. Just one shot. And here's a takeaway, an interception off the failed clear on the push and the finish. Sutton threw it away, and on the push, the goal for Pequannock, and they're on the board. It's now 6-1. And that's Sal Pastiglione, who was a freshman Pole off the bench. Well, Sutton threw it into traffic, And Pastiglione from the outside. And that was the best choice in that situation. And he beat Sutton low. So memorable goal for the freshman. And Pequannock just needed a break somewhere. And now can Badowski win a faceoff against Barugi? Instead, Barugi clean win. And we'll get a timeout, Morristown-Beard, to regroup with 4:42 remaining. The lead is 6-1 Crimson. And we're back with more from Spirit Week from Morristown-Beard. (6-1) Morristown-Beard. And a timeout for the Crimson. They'll have possession in the offensive end. Seth Kaplan continues to lead the way with a pair of goals. Coming up on Friday, Morristown-Beard will take on Bernards, then Milburn on Monday, Kinnelon on Wednesday, Delaware Valley on Friday. A busy period before the Morris County tournament in this very tight window of a season. So Pequannock coming out and showing pressure out of the timeout, and the Crimson able to escape out of it. Matt Aiello. Fernandez with a peek at the clock. 4 minutes to go, first half. Morristown-Beard led 3-0 at the end of one. Kaplan, bit unsettled in front. Baum, and then Baum was thinking about the pass to Aiello, and it bounced right to Hagens. And then Hagens' clearing pass will bounce right to Jared Menafri, and a chance for Pequannock unsettled. So can the Golden Panthers perhaps get within a couple at half? Menafri just dropped it. McDonald on the push. And Will McDonald for the Crimson puts on the brakes. And with 3:20 to go, Morristown-Beard's defense has been outstanding in terms of ground ball pickups, calls, turnovers, and they've been right there to push transition anytime the opportunity has presented itself. This is Michael Stolberger, senior midfielder. He's the fourth guy, a couple of goals in the season in that rotation. James Manalino shots, and that's off targets. Stolberger will play club lacrosse when he attends Lehigh next year. Aiello looked for Kaplan coming off of a curl cut as he got a pick up high, and then Finn Power able to race ahead after the ground ball pickup. Power down low and the pass thrown high. Tim Greff would have had a chance for a step down, And a missed opportunity for Pequannock. So off the whistle, the Crimson with Will Baum. 2:20 left, first half. Fernandez, he works on Dan Smith. Fernandez, there's the double. James Marinello hits the shot. About a 13-yard step down, and Marinello from the outside has his second. And Cam Fernandez able to draw the help, and it's 7-1. And Pequannock came with a late slide, but Fernandez, seeing Marinello parked up top. And it's a shot that typically Pequannock is okay with giving Brian Higgins the opportunity to make the save on from 13 yards. And that time Marinello able to beat him low. So that's 7-1. Jerensky off the wing had the opportunity for Pequannock. Badowski battles 22 in Navy, and we'll get a loose ball push coming against the Crimson. (7-1) Morristown-Beard. Pequannock coming in 3-0. Finished 11-8 in 2019. Did reach the Morris County tournament, losing to West Morris that year. Another takeaway. Pearson Baum with the takeaway check. And a chance to push again for the Crimson. Here's Max Messino as his feed down low to the crease. That's deflected and blocked. Dan Smith to try to pick it up for Pequannock. As Smith has it, that will be whistled dead with 1:07 left. And it'll be a timeout taken by Pequannock to save this possession. So it's 7-1 here. Let's show you the goal-scoring run for Morristown-Beard here just in the second quarter. That's something. There may not be a team in the state that can say that in Jersey so far. On the sweep right, Morristown-Beard. Then the feed, and it's read beautifully. And Morristown-Beard with Dante Marinello. Assist here from and Marinello with a chance to push. That came late in the first quarter. That first one to Matt Aiello. This one similar. Seth Kaplan on the rip, 3-0 at the end of one. And then Cam Fernandez got involved here in the second quarter. Fernandez only a couple of touches and carries in the opening quarter. This is a pretty quick stick from the soft hands of Kaplan, his second. And then Fernandez, man, shows how his health is improving, able to roll dodge and finish there to make it 5-0. And then Will Baum would step up with an unassisted goal here following the rebound of a shot by James Marinello. That's 6-zip. Lone Pequannock goal comes here on the interception of a clear Sal Pastiglione. It was a backup long ball midi. Able to walk right in and unleash the shot from 12 yards. And then moments ago, Cam Fernandez to initiate. Stepped out coming. James Marinello. 7-1 Crimson. Sal Tremonda's defense has forced Pequannock to move more laterally rather than taking it to goal. And he's called that. This is the strength of his team. In his 20 years of coaching, feels that his three poles can go up against anybody in the state. And then a sophomore and Will McDonald, who's also developing, and that's been the backbone of the team and has made Greg Sutton's job very easy for a first-year starting goalie. As this off the end line is an immediate turnover by Pequannock. The Golden Panthers stepped out of bounds. Push ahead. Kaplan. Down low it comes. Tough catch. Shovel shot score. That's Brendan Tartaglione. First career goal for the freshman attackman. And again, it's more transition as Dante Marinello fed it. Kaplan will lay it off for him for the assist. And Tartaglione, who is a 6'2", 200-pound freshman lefty. Similar to the mode of Seth Kaplan, also an ice hockey player. And he is able to get a layup down low. And a frustrating sequence of events for Pequannock to turn it over off the timeout. Jerensky had a chance at the ground ball. And Matt Aiello, the pickup for 35 seconds left, first half. Aiello comes out in front. Save is made high. Hagens. Hagens able to challenge against Matt Aiello. So Aiello behind. Short time here. The Crimson without a timeout. Here at the end, Stolberger. And James Marinello with 10 seconds left. With 4, with 2, Stolberger shooting. That's going to be it for the first half. 8-1, Morristown-Beard. Seth Kaplan, 2 goals and an assist. The defense for the Crimson, outstanding, holding the Golden Panthers to just 1 goal, and that was off of a turnover. 8-1's our score. We'll be back in 10 minutes to bring you the third quarter from the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Start of the third quarter, 8-1, live on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Ralph Bednarczyk with you from Morristown, New Jersey. Morristown-Beard High School, 3-0 Pequannock, trailing the Crimson at 2-2 of Morristown-Beard. Turnovers have plagued Pequannock of the unforced variety, number one, and then number two, as there's a turnover by the Crimson off the faceoff win as Barugi sails the pass over the head of Matt Aiello, and then secondary, or I'll make it just as evenly. The Crimson terrific pulls put so much pressure on you, and against first-year varsity players and starters for Pequannock on the offensive end, and they have not been able to get comfortable at all. This is a pass by Murphy, came through for Greff, and the pickup by Dante Sheff. And out of the top six on the offensive end for Pequannock, it's generally three sophomores that play. And along with at least one freshman, Murphy. He's again looking for Greff to make the cut. Sheff again on the approach with the first minute gone, third quarter. Murphy. Greff trying to come up across with it. And the call will come against Morristown-Beard. Morristown-Beard has stayed in the man-to-man the whole afternoon. And now looks like Sal Tremonda has shown his own, something they've worked on. And with these poles that can cover so much territory, is that's a pass that'll be a turnover off of Nick Klein, who is trying to cut through the high crease, and the unforced giveaway. Wilbaum. Seth Kaplan 2-1. Cam Fernandez 1-1. Dante Marinello 2 assists. The offensive leaders for Morristown-Beard. Aiello takes it across and finishes high to low. Well, Aiello was able to cut across the face of 6', 230-pound defenseman Alec Chobanian and protect the stick. And hit the shot low past Hagans, who didn't get a good look at it seems. Well, Aiello able to weave through and through a little bit of contact. And that starts the scoring with Aiello's second of the day. Matt Aiello in the Future Physicians Club at Morristown-Beard will be attending Wake Forest in the fall as the ball rolls out of bounds. And that'll be last touched by Pequannock. So a Crimson possession. This 7-person senior class from Morristown-Beard will have one playing at the next level. Cam Fernandez is committed to play at Division III Endicott, and he's made his season debut today. And it's been Brendan Tartaglione who came on at the last possession of the second quarter. Kaplan down low, Tartaglione. Back to Kaplan, and the shot block never got through. Good feed that came from behind by Tartaglione. Ground ball dug out by Aiello. Bit unsettled. Marinello sweeping across. Hands free. That all started with a very good pass. Brendan Tartaglione. And he had Kaplan on the doorstep. They couldn't complete it. And then eventually Aiello unsettled here. And Marinello with a late slide coming, and then the chop check over the top and a bit of a gamble from Dan Smith. He went for the takeaway, and James Marinello stepped around it, and it's 10-1. Aiello on the dish, his 4th assist of the season. Face-off Dylan Toback, big short stick D-midi, who is a varsity wrestler considering wrestling at the next level, as he forces Barugi to be under some pressure and fire the ball out of bounds. So good work from Dylan Toback. So Jerensky for Pequannock on the clear. And Jerensky to continue, then losing it on the way through. Greff under pressure, and there is a pickup from Charlie Guida. First year of the varsity, and again in that group of 4 poles that has played outstanding. And a group that appears that they can give Morristown-Beard a chance to hold down and contain terrific offenses. McDonald. Down it went Aiello. Aiello trying to swim through with possession, and the ball knocked out. Push ahead, James Iorio. Iorio, a junior, along with Tim Greff, want to make a terrific sacrifice in their lives, both interested in attending a service academy in 2 years for college. .740 left, third quarter. Morristown-Beard has gotten the first 2. Greff and Jared Menafri was looking for the step down. He recovers. Back at X, Brendan Brady, who has not been able to have much ball time to initiate today. Now top Menafri, swung for Greff, and it'll be turned over. So with Morristown-Beard sitting back in a zone and not being as aggressive as they were in the first half, and just keeping everything in front of them, they've seen Pequannock throw the ball away a couple of more times. And James Marinello looking for the clear. Pequannock's best season came back in 2014. They went 15-4, reaching the North 2 Group 1 quarterfinals under former head coach Josh Danziger, who's still working with the New Jersey Thunder travel lacrosse program that many of these Pequannock players play through, along with the New Jersey Riot. As we have our first flag out, this is going to go against Morristown-Beard. Looks like we're going to get a slash. And the first man up, Josh Danziger, started the program, was its first coach. He's now at Passaic Valley. So it's a 30-second push against Morristown-Beard. Panthers, can they get a good shot here? Chef onto the wing, Brady. Brady had Greff cutting through the crease. Now Nick Klein. Klein shooting, and a fadeaway shot. And Klein perhaps surprising Greg Sutton with the shot, and that's a bullet. High and to that near post. Nick Klein buries it with his 6th of the season. And improves his angle. And Klein perhaps just surprising Sutton that he decided to let it rip from that position. But that's been Klein's MO. He's coming off of a 2-goal game at Fairlawn, 2-1 against Old Pan. And with his hands free at 6'2", 200. And he can get some force behind it, and Sutton saw it, and with accuracy. So Klein with a man-up goal for Pequannock. Dan Smith, face-off win. Toback to enter in. Under 6 minutes left, third quarter. And Toback searching for Brady. Brady had his stick checked, and now Brendan Brady will get to work with Dante Marinello all over him. Feed to the front, looking for Klein. And the ball on the ground. Eventually picked up. Here comes Pearson Baum for Morristown-Beard. Pequannock goalie Brian Hagens came out and made a couple of early stops, and it looked like he'd be very difficult to beat today if he was going to get into a zone. But the Crimson, getting a couple of transition goals, seemed to get their offense started, and then they settled in the second quarter, 6-on-6. Stolberger from the outside beats Hagens. And Morristown-Beard has been able to beat Hagens from the outside twice. Earlier was James Marinello. This time Michael Stolberger gets his third of the season. And these are about 13-yard shots. So Stolberger has a senior day goal. Played varsity soccer in the fall. (11-2) Morristown-Beard. Season high scoring in goals came against Pennington when they scored 12. This is a face-off win for Toback. James Iorio, and Iorio will step away from Will McDonald. Greff up top, and the pass in and out of the stick. Here, junior D-Midi James Longo, who heads off. And Pequannock just struggling to kind of put together passes here, and this is Barugi with his feed away from Aiello. That'll be rescued along the end line. But the Crimson look like they'll be able to do that to a lot of opponents this season, particularly in the Waterman division in the Northwest Jersey Athletic Conference. Meanwhile, Brendan Tartaglione remains out there as the third attackman. Cam Fernandez making his season debut today. Played the first half. Nice feed, Tartaglione. Save made on the backhand shovel shot by Kaplan. Second pass through, looking for the cutting Stolberger, was awry. And Marinello trying to hunt down the ground ball. And it'll be raked forward by Finn Power of Pequannock. And they called offsides. However, I'm not sure why it was offsides on Pequannock. In any event, the Golden Panthers have possession with Dylan DeNaples. There's a set of twins on Pequannock as well. DeNaples is a freshman starting close D-man. Twin brother Tyler plays in the offensive midfield. Feed in front, and Sutton reading the eyes of the passer, James Iorio, stepping right in front of Brady. And that's good anticipation from Sutton. Charlie Guido, the clear. And Morristown-Beard here with 2 minutes left, third quarter. They've added 3 more goals in the period. Kaplan attacking the freshman to Naples. Down low, Tartaglione comes in on the sneak. And a pair of goals today for the freshman, Brendan Tartaglione. As Kaplan found him, so that's 2 lefties sweeping on that right wing side. And very much kind of an indoor style play, with Kaplan drawing the help, and Tartaglione on the sneak knows what to do with it. So a different look shown by Coach Sal Tremonda, and something to think about for the Crimson moving forward as they begin to diagnose matchups moving forward. There just aren't many teams that will have 2 lefties to begin with on the attack, and something that Morristown-Beard may be able to take advantage of. And particularly 2 big and strong lefties that can play around the crease and perhaps play in a pairs offense off each other. Greff under pressure did not have an outlet, and the ball forced on the ground. Max Messino, sophomore D-Midi that was brought up just before the start of the season to join the varsity, had the clear. And then Kaplan looking to go back to Tartaglione, and it's out of bounds. Approaching the final minute of the 3rd quarter. Dan Murphy ahead. And that shot is wide and a backup. Pequannock graduated a very good group of 2020s, and they lost about 13 players, 11 seniors, 2 others that moved or transferred. So this is truly turning the page over for Stephen Donnelly. And as many coaches have said often in this 2021 season, as here comes Aiello unsettled, that this is the worst year to be young or inexperienced. And conversely, this is the best year to have experience, because of all the turbulence in the schedule, etc., that has happened, and certainly you can foreshadow that may happen again. Dante Sheff, 13 seconds, 3rd quarter. Sheff down low to the crease, and Ryan Teresi, the freshman, he had his stick tied up by Dante Marinello. 5 seconds to go, and that's going to take care of the 3rd quarter. So the Crimson get 4 more. They lead going into the 4th on Senior Day, 12-2 on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. 12-2 Morristown-Beard leading Pequannock. The Golden Panthers entered this game 3-0 with wins over Old Tappan, DePaul, and at Fairlawn. Narrow wins, but nevertheless for Pequannock, it was a good start against the competition they were facing. Morristown-Beard 2-2 heading in, with wins over Pennington and New Providence, lopsided losses at the hands of West Morris Central and Scotch Plains Fanwood. The Scotch Plains Fanwood game particularly came in the second of a back-to-back, so that perhaps affected the score a little bit, which was 16-2 against the Crimson. Here the Crimson took some time to get in, but their defense has been excellent throughout as they win the faceoff to open up the fourth quarter. And even playing kind of a sloughed off zone in the third quarter, they only gave up one goal, and they have just not allowed Pequannock to run offense when any sort of rhythm or comfort. As here's Michael Stolberger on the dodge. And that's been the main story today with a flag out. This one will be against Pequannock, likely a slash off ball. Henry Fernandez has come in for the first time for the Crimson, 10 in white. His older brother Cam started the game, played the first half. And his season debut coming off of injury. Stolberger to the wing. Tartaglione takes the quick shot, save made with the stick as Higgins came out to challenge the angle. Still with a delayed foul in progress. Henry Fernandez and two Fernandez brothers play club lacrosse with the Steps organization that has made some headway on the boys' side, but they have been the preeminent girls lacrosse travel program for a long time before that. Stolberger shooting from the outside, and Higgins the save rebound, Tartaglione, and he hit the left pipe behind Higgins. And now we'll check on the foul. If I got a second look at it, perhaps Higgins made the save on the second shot. But to beat Brian Higgins, as Sal Tremondo was scouting, we need to move the ball well and make the goalie move, and we'll get a second look at it. And that came earlier, so in any event, it is a man-up opportunity, the first for the Crimson. And Dante Marinello with the long pull on the man-up. This pass off the stick of Kaplan. It was high from Tartaglione, and Higgins has it. As Higgins fires over the top, and Dante Marinello intercepts. Unsettled, down to the crease. Kaplan, another chance! Dante Marinello, he has done it all. 13-2 Crimson on a man-up goal. And Marinello has 3 assists. Head up, and then Kaplan with plenty of room and time, didn't waste any time to deposit the shot, his third of the game. And for Dante Marinello, that is a new high bar set in his career with a 3-assist game. He matches what he did at Pennington. So now back-to-back 3-assist games, and perhaps that has never happened in Morristown-Beard history before, to have a Pole do that in a pair of games. And the Crimson have had some pretty good ones come through here with the Pole. And, of course, the notable names on the attack, such as the Hatfields and Mason Guido, who graduated last year, didn't get to play his senior year, and of course the great Trevor Baptiste, Chris Glancy from the class of 2015, John McDonald as well. All those players are able to pile up points, but as a defenseman now, to have 6 assists for Dante Marinello. And Sal Tremondo and his staff may have to check the record books to see has there been a defenseman or a Pole that's had a 10, 12-point season in history. Pequannock with possession. Tim Greff has not been able to get his hands free at all today as James Iorio takes the shot and Pearson Baum on the closeout to bother the look. Iorio again. Nick Klein outside. He's got one of the 2 goals for Pequannock. Klein sees an alley, then takes the bouncer. Sutton is going to be in position, and he's got back up. So the Crimson kind of slowed the game down a little bit. And Morristown-Beard toying with some zone. They throw it out there, and again, with the range of athletes that they have and the quality of sticks, those are tough gaps to shoot through. It's going to take a team that moves the ball ultra quickly. Quickly down low, Henry Fernandez on the return pass. Hagens knocks it down. And the Crimson looking for more transition. As 32 to white, that's Connor Atkins that does make his return today, as Atkins had been out. This is Aiello. So that's a great sign for the Crimson as Atkins, who can be a long pole or a short stick D-midi, as this pass inside for Tatraglione falls to the crease for Hagens. And Atkins, who can run all day to shore up the short stick defensive midi unit and give the offensive midfield a break, as there's a nice takeaway by Michael Stolberger. Aiello across, Tartaglione in and out of his stick, fanned on it. Pequannock with the pickup as the Golden Panthers lose it again. Aiello comes the other way and he finishes low. A sweeping shot. Man Aiello with 3 on the day, and it's 14-2. So the Crimson with a season high in goals. And they take advantage of another Pequannock turnover. So with 7:12 left and the Crimson putting on the finishing touches. Pequannock won this matchup 2 years ago. That was an 8-4 win at Pequannock against a Crimson team that won the non-public B state championship. So the Pequannock youth program in town has been moving forward, and they have a good amount of travel lacrosse players coming through the New Jersey Thunder. So things are established, but the Golden Panthers right now on the younger side. As there's Dan Smith, and also Pequannock is also a Group 1 school, and they are the smallest school among the public schools playing in Morris County that has boys lacrosse. Morristown-Beard, of course, being a private, so they don't have significant numbers either. Here's Charles Guida, and Guida able to get around the Pequannock ride, and then as Guida carries, we have offsides called against Morristown-Beard. So no one came back after Guida crossed midfield. And Pequannock with James Barbosa, a junior backup close defenseman ahead. Here's Tim Greff, and Greff with Pearson Baum all over him. And that ball went across and out. So Will McDonald ahead with under 6 minutes left. Morristown-Beard had senior day before the game, and the 7 seniors honored with their parents and limited families here in attendance. Tartaglione with the sweep across. 15-2 with the freshman's third. Well, the book is going to get out on Brendan Tartaglione that he is a big lefty in the mode of Kaplan. And you better take that away once the Morris County lacrosse world starts to begin to recognize him on the field. And the first 3 goals of his career today. But those 7 seniors all honored today in the pregame ceremony. And certainly hope that all programs will be able to have that in their communities, at least for the photo ops, and have parents come out and have the ability to see enough games with no shutdowns. As Zach Badowski, clean face-off win for Pequannock. And Badowski just off the bench, hits Manafri with the pass, and then Iorio on the pickup. Then he shoots, easy save, high to high for Sutton, who throws a rope ahead, and here comes Pearson Baum. Tartaglione, the return to Baum, as it carried across, and then behind the back finish! Matt Aiello feeling very confident with that pickup, and that was the best play he can make in the angle that he had, and Aiello has 4. Well, the transition today for the Crimson has helped out the attack greatly, as this is great fortune. Aiello through the contact, sweeping it across, and then behind the back. A career high 4 goals for Matt Aiello. And Pequannock is going to change goalies here with 3:13 left. And we are in a running time situation with this game having surpassed the 12-goal disparity. Anthony Knopf, a 5'10 junior, replaces Hagens, with the wind picking up here at the end, with Badowski on the faceoff win. Pequannock after this one will take on Paramus and Tenafly, and at Mendham next week. Mendham game, always one of the top programs in Morris County, but for the Golden Panthers, can they qualify for the Morris County tournament? And already at 3-0, can they win a couple of those 50-50 games at the end of the season on the road? They'll be at West Milford, at Morristown, at Riverdale, to perhaps qualify for the Group 1 North 2 tournament and have that experience of making yet another state tournament. They went there in 2018, losing in the first round to Mountain Lakes. As there was a shot from the outside, and just by getting to face Mountain Lakes and seeing what that program is about, and for these young players, it's also an additional extra week of practice. Crimson with the clear. Max Messino across. And Stephen Donnelly certainly knows enough about Mountain Lakes. He is a Mountain Lakes resident. His 2 daughters both play lacrosse. This is a shot that Henry Fernandez finishes low, beating the backup goalie Knopf. 17-2, with Henry Fernandez having his 2nd of the season. Henry started the first 4 games of the year in place of his injured brother and got a lot of experience with a goal and 7 assists. Went for 1 in 3 2 games ago at Pennington. As here he was able to get just a little top side after beating the defender. And no slide came over. And Henry has played the entire second half. But Stephen Donnelly's 2 daughters, both playing in the town of Mountain Lakes girls lacrosse, having their sights set on perhaps someday making the high school. His oldest daughter, Megan, is an 8th grader, already with great stick skills, and she'll have a chance to push to be on the Mountain Lakes girls varsity squad coming up. And what an excellent team that is. Just like on the boys' side, it's a perennial Group 1 power. Under Coach Monday for many years. And that's the goal for Pequannock, to build up to that kind of level Group 1 program. It's a happy senior day for Morristown-Beard. Everybody involved in a 17-2 win as they congratulate senior goalie Greg Sutton. The Crimson victorious. They move to 3-2 in the season, scoring a season-high 17 goals. Pequannock no longer undefeated. They're now 3-1. Big game for Matt Aiello, who finishes with 4. 2-2 for Seth Kaplan. Brendan Tartaglione, the first 3 goals of his career, coming off the Crimson bench. Dante Marinello, a terror on both sides of the field. And the junior close D-man finishing with 3 assists. 17-2 the final. For my producer and director, Simon Rosenwasser, my name is Ralph Bnorchik, saying so long and good night. Thank you for watching New Jersey High School Boys Lacrosse from Morristown on the Play-by-Play Sports Network. Something fall?